What's going on, guys? It's Nick here, back with another video. Sorry I missed Mock Draft Monday. I had a lot of things going on this weekend. We're going to do Mock Draft Wednesday this week. So we're going to do Fantasy Pros because no one's mock drafting right now. And it was a little bit too fast. Like we need at least like 2 or 3 people in the lobby if we're going to do Fantasy Football Calculator. I still like that site, but it's just way too fast. But here, we can go at our own speed. So I can talk about players when I want to talk about them. I'll try not to make it too long. I know I talk about players too much sometimes. But we're going to do another half point. I think we're going to do a lot of half point leagues this year. 12-team, half point, randomize the position. 7th. Sounds fantastic. We don't play in leagues with kickers. Good. Oh, that's default now. That's wonderful. Here's the settings. So we're going to have 1 flex spot. Let's make that 0. Let's do like the standard settings. 1 quarterback, 2 running back, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, a flex, 5 bench, and a defense. Let's make it 6. I think that's standard. 6 bench and a defense. Start the draft. So I'll be able to actually talk about things that happen, whereas in the other one I was just making picks. So starts off. Gurley, Barkley, Zeke, McCaffrey, Kamara, Gordon. Let's just straight running backs. Kind of crazy. Hide the drafted players. So, we all know the normal strategy. No tight ends, no quarterbacks, of course, in the first round. You won't have to. That's not where their ADPs are. So, just wide receivers and running backs. When I'm looking at this, we got James Conner. Okay. Ooh. This is not a great spot. I see, like, those first 5, 6 running backs kind of seem all the same to me. Connor, Bell, Mixon, Chubb, DJ, Cook. I don't see a lot, at least right now. You know, this is still super early. I don't see a lot separating them. But I also don't see a lot separating the wide receivers. This is a really bad spot, it looks like. Wow. Because, yeah, I would have preferred really any of these running backs. This is not the greatest spot. What does Fantasy Pros say? Fantasy Pros wants us to take the wide receiver. My take on the wide receivers right now, you got Hopkins, Devonta Adams, and Odell are pretty much all the same. But I'm going to say even Michael Thomas and Julio, like all of them are basically the same. So since that's the case, even though I just said that for running backs, I still want to get as many running backs early as possible. I want to secure that workload. So we're going to take a running back here. I took Bell in the last one, and I said that he's basically worth... I'll give my Bell take right now because I think in the comment section I went over that. My Bell take is that he's worth a late first-round pick, and if you don't feel comfortable with that, don't take him. Never, ever in the first 4 rounds take someone that you're not comfortable drafting, so don't draft Le'Veon Bell if you don't want to. There's plenty of names around here that are just as good as Le'Veon Bell, or at least have just as good of a likelihood of being top 4, top 5. I won't say that, like, Bell probably has a better chance at 1 than these guys do. But my initial take right now is that I would actually draft Chubb at this spot. Like, we know Hunt is suspended 8 games. We don't know what his status is going to be after, but Chubb was graded out PFF's #1 running back last season, and this team's going to score a ton of points. So I have no reason to believe Chubb's not going to be great. Could you draft Connor, Bell, Mixon, DJ? Literally, you could draft any of them. Because of that, I don't think I'm going to take Chubb because I'm hoping he's going to be there. I got 10 picks till my next spot. I'm hoping he's going to be there. So I'm going to take James Conner because I know he won't be there. And let's just see if Chubb is available. Got it. Nice. That's what you want to do. I have a lot of people that talk to me and they'll be like, hey, ADPs don't matter at all. You just take the best player. No, that's completely false. Because now I have James Conner and Chubb. Whereas if I'd taken Chubb, who maybe you believe is the better player, you take him, you secure him, but you're not getting James Conner. So now you're getting Aaron Jones and Chubb instead of James Conner and Chubb, which I still think Aaron Jones is good, but just talking about that as a scenario. So we're still not taking tight end or quarterback. I don't really want Antonio Brown here. I'm not going to touch Tyreek Hill until we learn about a possible suspension, and then it's not even close. Taking Nick Chubb. I did want to see where tight ends were going, though. Yeah, so Kelsey went early second round. This is like vintage Grunk drafting when there were no tight ends. I feel like I'm not going to be for taking these tight ends early this year. Like, that's so second round for Kittle. I know they're really good and they're really safe, but it's not like tight end is like a barren wasteland or anything. There's still guys. Like, I'm still cool drafting. Ertz went as I was talking. I'm still cool drafting Howard, Henry, Ebron, Njoku, Engram. I'm probably not in love with Walker. Doyle, I want to see some stuff in camp. Cook. That's where it drops off. It kind of in that range. But there's probably like 10 to 12 that are worth drafting. So I don't think you need to spend a second round pick on a tight end. But we're gonna do so many mock drafts that we're gonna have plenty of them where we take a tight end early, and we're gonna see how our teams come out. Also, as per your suggestions, we are gonna do live mock drafts. I'm thinking like once a week. We're gonna stream live mock drafts. Could be twice a week, and that'll just be like YouTube Live / Twitch. That's just gonna be how they're going. So you guys can get in the lobbies with us. Probably gonna leave that to people in the chat, people with the premium membership, but we'll see. Just like for the joining the lobbies, everything's gonna be free as far as the videos go. Is that our pick? This is why I can't do live stuff. Okay, it's our pick. What's our team? James Conner and Nick Chubb. So ideally, we probably don't go for another running back here. We certainly could. It's not going to hurt us. But ideally, we're going wide receiver. And yeah, it's Cooper. I know I feel like I'm going to draft Cooper in every mock draft. Just if you look at the volume that he was getting towards the end of last season, and you think about the competition, like I do think Gallup is good. I really wanted the Patriots to draft him last year. I think he takes a step up, but he's going to be very used in this offense and just very safe because they gave up such a high pick for him. You know, they gave up a first-round pick to get him on their team. They're not just going to abandon him. You know, they're going to feed him targets because front offices like to be right. So if you needed a running back on this spot, I do like Sonny Michel. I do like Marlon Mack. I do like Phillip Lindsay. Geis takes a hit from the Adrian Peterson signing, like Kerryon Johnson, but it's for sure Amari Cooper here. That's not even, I don't really think that's very close. Any interesting names? So Mahomes went late third. That's probably where he's going to go in drafts. I won't say, like I said last year, that Rodgers and Watson were the two worst picks in the draft. Fully believe that. Fully ended up being true that anyone who spent a third-round pick on those guys was just sunk right there. It's such a bad pick. Do not feel the same way about Mahomes. He is safe. But, you know, we don't draft quarterbacks in the third round. We just don't do it. So I would say it's not a good pick. It's just not the worst pick in the draft. Galladay in the fourth round surprises me. That's pretty high. But, I mean, he's fantastic. We loved him last year. I don't see anything else that, like, stands out. Derrick Henry stands out, so we're going to do that again, apparently. We're not drafting Derrick Henry this year. I can't imagine we'll be drafting Derrick Henry. So we got, okay, Carson. No, there's no way you can draft Carson here. They spent a high pick on Penny. Remember, front offices like to be right. They spent a high pick on Penny, so it's not just like Carson. Carson has a path to a bunch of carries and a run-first offense, but I think that with your fourth pick, you got to be sure. I don't want people who have a path. I want people who I'm sure are going to be involved in the offense. Lindsey, from what I hear, is going to be good to go in camp, and he's the best running back on that team. So that's a good pick. Geis for me is the pick out of the running backs here. There's just no way that if he's fully healthy, which he should be, he's had plenty of time to recover when they get into camp. He should be good to go unless he suffers a setback. I can't imagine they don't use him. Like, he's so good. But they have Adrian Peterson. So it's not safe, but it's the best pick of the running backs I see there. Wide receivers. I love me some Cooper Kupp. Really unfortunate last season. Woods is very safe. Davis with the upside. Nah, I see so much of the same in this range that nah. Give me Geis. That'll like round out our running backs. Like I feel really good about a core of Connor, Chubb, Geis. Like that just feels like we should hit on at least 2 of them. Because remember, the odds of hitting on all of your first 5 picks, what did I say last year? It was like 9 to 12%, somewhere around there. Like people are gonna bust. And when I say hit, I mean top 32 option. So you're gonna have bust. I feel like those are safe options. So who got drafted? I feel like Kupp's the answer here. So we've got Kupp, Landry, Baldwin, who, nah, he needs more surgeries, doesn't he? Don't quote me on anything I say. Let's look up actually. Let's look up Baldwin here. No, I don't want to log in. I don't have an account. All right. I did not read good things about him. All right. Has already undergone. Yeah. No. Yeah, he's undergoing another surgery in April. No. There's not a chance in the world that we draft Baldwin at this spot. So Kupp, DJ Moore, love that kid. Tyler Boyd jumps out. I've heard rumors that AJ Green could get traded. Listen, we're not drafting as if that's going to happen. But if it did, Tyler Boyd shoots up. It's like a 4th round pick. Mike Williams. Okay, so there's some solid names. We know that. Wait, no. Someone did not draft. Someone drafted our boy. I put out on Twitter yesterday or today. Yesterday when you're watching this, Chris Godwin is going to be a 4th round pick come draft. He is getting hyped up like I have never seen. Like you guys all know, we loved. He was like our favorite receiver last year. It was him and Galladay and Lockett. We love those guys. But if he's going to be a 4th round pick, it's getting a little rich. I am the truther. I know he's going to have a good season if he stays healthy. It's just, gone are the days we can get him in the 12th round. It's unfortunate, but yeah, I would consider taking him in the 5th, but boy, is that's going to stink because he's going to be a 4th round pick when drafts roll around. But Kupp I think is the pick here. Kind of hope we get DJ Moore with the next one because again in this range, I see some guys that I like for the running backs, but I don't see anyone that I love, and I think I just prefer to take Kupp with this pick. So teams rounding out. I like this. Connor, Chubb, Amari Cooper, Cooper Kupp. Well, that was weird to say back to back. And Darius Geis. Okay, so let's take a look at tight end now. So Hunter Henry's still there, and Hunter Henry should be good to go. He played in their playoff game. Obviously, he wasn't 100%, but if the dude played all the way then, unless he suffers a setback that's like related to the injury, but like you guys know what I mean, a setback that not in his recovery. He should be recovered now. It's basically if he suffers like another injury, he should be good to go. So like him, like Njoku, because how you gonna guard Njoku on that team? Love Evan Ingram. Eli's throwing it to him, which stinks. But then there's a drop. So this is interesting. Hunter Henry, Njoku, Ingram, and I do see like a cliff after that. So it would be really nice to lock one of them up. Quarterback, we can wait on, like always. And then running back, these guys are fine. But nothing screams at me here besides Latavius. But he's going to end up being a 6th round pick, I'm sure. And then someone took DJ Moore. So I think since there's going to be 12 more picks until our next one, we have 2 options here. We either take Tyler Boyd or Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley or Tyler Boyd are probably the 2 picks there. Or we lock up a tight end. Now, I really want one of these tight ends, but I would like one of those wide receivers as well. What do we think happens? How many tight ends have been taken? I'll unhide these. Not many. People are going to be drafting those. I think the best move here is to just be sure because we can find We can find wide receivers late. I'm scared of some of those tight ends. Yeah. So who's our favorite? It's Hunter Henry or Njoku. Let's just grab a part of targets. The target volume is going to be less, but the efficiency is going to go up, and the touchdown should go up. Yeah, let's take Njoku, but that is not my take for the whole summer. We're going to find out who we like out of that range. Okay. Good to note here. Everyone remember, no tight ends got taken. So if we're in that spot again, in that mid to late 6th round, we can probably wait until the 7th round because no one took Henry or Ingram. Now, that's not to say it's always going to happen that way, but let's keep that in mind. Wide receivers, Marvin, no. Fuller, I would like Fuller. Unfortunately, Golden Tate went to the Giants, so he's off our radar. Cootie, Westbrook. Yeah, I think those would be the picks, but we could probably wait for... I forgot. Someone pointed it out, but I can't remember if it was Cootie or Cootie. I'll look back at the person who reminded me what it was. But again, the running backs, I don't love these, which is why you got to take these guys early. Let's wait one more round on running back, and let's take Will Fuller here because I think we can wait on some of those guys. Fuller is just fantastic while he can stay healthy. Good. Okay. So you can take Penny for the upside. You can take a Jai. You don't know where he's going to be, but you could take him. But it's Lat. Latavius Murray's easily the pick here. And then we just pray that Kiki is available next spot. So let's take Latavius, and let's pray that. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, okay. Well, we already took Fuller. That's a pickle that we are in. You could take both because Fuller and Kiki are not starters on this team right now. Well, I guess Fuller could be. But to start the season, you could see how that offense is going to shape out and then just kind of stream those guys. You know, if it's a really good slot matchup, play Cootie. If it's a really good outside matchup, you can play Fuller. I guess technically if you're shooting for upside, you would take Fuller and then you take D.D. Westbrook, who I really do like this year. But let's just take both because it's not risky at all. At this point in the draft, you're taking a guy that's going to be really good that you can stream depending on matchups. And if Fuller gets hurt, if one gets hurt, it makes the other better. So I'm cool doing that. It's not a handcuff, but it's just securing an offense really. Let's take a look at quarterback. So we got some okay options here. Obviously, we know the glitch with Lamar Jackson. He's honest. I'm not gonna lie. He's like essentially guaranteed to be a quarterback 1 just because of his rushing ability, as long as he stays healthy. Like rushing to quarterbacks is a cheat code. You know, you get 40 rushing yards, and that's just such a secure floor. And we can assume that. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of games where he gets 40 rushing yards, and that's just really nice to have. That's another 100 passing yards. So, like, even if he only throws for 200, well, he just ran for 40. Now he's got essentially 300 passing yards. So, very, very safe taking mobile quarterbacks. But, I mean, listen, there are so many options at quarterback that we could take. You know, they don't feel fantastic, but you still got Stafford and Josh Allen, Jimmy G, Cousins, Brady, Lamar, Dak. Like, just throw their names in a hat and pick one of them, or pick whichever one you think has the most upside. But we don't need to take one until legitimately our last pick. So, well, we'll take one right before defense. So we can take 3 bench guys left. We got three picks on the bench. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 running backs, 4 wide receivers. Fantastic. So we are not sectioned into one of them. We're not drafting Kareem Hunt. So our options are gross for sure. Yeah, these are yucky. I feel like there's probably some rookies that are just like buried down here that I just haven't noticed. But like we don't know where they're going, and I don't want to add them in to these mock drafts. So our options are Dion Lewis, Ronald Jones again. We took him in the last one. Yeah, that's probably your best bet. Wow, that's gross. That's why we take him early, guys. So let's take Dion here, and then let's probably take Ronald Jones with the next pick. See who's going. Oh, that was bad. I didn't notice Funchess. All right, if we were to redo this again, the pick is Funchess there for sure. Like the dude's a lot younger than people realize, and he's finally got a good quarterback. Okay, Newton's fine, but like he's got easily the best quarterback of his career. So Funchess was the pick there in the 10th round. That's not even close. But we could go back, but we're not going to. Where's Ronald? There he is. So we got Ronald Jones. Let's actually look at this in case we miss someone. Yeah, I don't really see anyone standing out. All right, let's just take Ronald. We'll take another wide receiver, and then we'll finish it off with quarterback and defense. We've got Deshaun Jackson. Okay, John Ross. Marquez, that's probably the pick. Yeah, Marquez Valdez-Scantling is probably the pick here. I don't know. Is Cobb's a free agent? Where's Cobb? Hold up. I completely forget if he even got onto a team. Cowboys. Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, he went to the Cowboys. Okay. Yeah, they got rid of him because I think they've seen enough to where they think Marquez can be their slot guy. Or he kind of switched in and out of the slot last season. I don't remember his exact splits. I'd need to look further into that. But regardless, he should be a starting wide receiver for Aaron Rodgers in the 12th round. So I'm cool with that. Let's take our quarterback. As you can see, we have our pick from literally anyone we'd like. I guess Wentz is a fine pick. You'd basically going here, like I just like Josh Allen. I know I'm on like an island there, but I think he's going to be good for fantasy. He just doesn't care. He's going to huck it. There's going to be plenty of games where him to John Brown and Zay Jones, but him to John Brown is going to win someone $1 million at least once this season. But the correct pick here is probably Carson Wentz. While he stays healthy, adding the deep threat. It's him or Lamar, but I don't care who you pick in that range, and that's why we wait. So Carson Wentz, we'll draft the defense, and then we'll take a gander at our squad. Where are the defenses? Way down here? Seriously? There they are. So we've got the Chargers, Browns, Saints. Okay, I haven't done enough research into this. My initial take is Chargers or Browns. Browns because when you look at week to week, like the difference between a team projected to give up like 20 and 24, it might seem like a lot, but like in all actuality, all you're looking for defense is that pick six, those interceptions, those sacks, and those tend to happen more when teams have to pass. And more than ever, teams are going to have to pass on the Browns because they're going to score points. So if we're going to get increased pass attempts and their defense is pretty solid, Browns, that's the pick. Never thought I'd draft the Browns defense, but there were so many times last season where they were 2K or 21K on DraftKings, and they were easily the best play of the week. Let's look at the squad. No one cares about the grade. Okay, let me zoom. There, I hope you guys can see that. So that's the team. Wentz, James Conner, Nick Chubb, Amari, Cooper Kupp, David Njoku, Darius Geis, Cleveland Browns. If I walked into week 1 with that squad, I'm feeling good. I like that. Bench, do we have upside? Not as much as I'd like. I'm going to be completely honest. I'm cool with the B- grade because Fuller's got upside, Murray's got upside, Cootie's got upside. I really like those picks. I very much wish the Dion Lewis pick was Devin Funchess, and then I would have taken Marquez for another running back. But running back gets real thin, so watch out. Like, that's why when I said earlier, pick between like both of the running backs and the wide receivers, we're like, like I don't care which one of the 40, you gotta go running back because it just drops off. And you can get guys like Cootie and like Funchess and Marquez. You can get them late, and the drop off isn't as steep as it is for running backs. So that is it. That is it for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, how about we hit that like button? How about we subscribe if we're new? Thanks for watching.